Hey guys, welcome to Rain Ranting. I'm your host, Rain Crown. This is our first series. It is called Hoeflation, a deep dive. We're going to get into what it is, how it's changing women, and how to cure this nonsense with a term I coined called Manflation. Manflation is the obvious solution to this delusional nonsense. Let's listen to Candace Owens talk about Hoeflation.
To use a term, I was actually talking about this yesterday on a podcast. I thought it was pretty brilliant. Paul Joseph Watson, I love his YouTube stuff, and he started talking about Hoeflation, which is like
that's a thing.
Actually hilarious. Which he's saying that men used to have to do a lot less and get a very high value woman. He's like, so think about your grandparents and your grandmother. She was a high value woman. She raised the kids. She was conservative. She was beautiful. All of these things, and now we live in this moment where everyone's kind of a hoe, and you have to work harder to get a woman that doesn't have any self-respect or any value. And I just thought it was a really interesting video. It was obviously funny, but he was saying something. And we live in Hoeflation now, where everybody in their own capacity is selling their bodies. And unfortunately, these are the options that men have. No, I'm not saying it's stunning to me that women talk about what men need to be and what men need to be, but I think just kind of the complete disintegration of when I look at what my grandmother looked like in pictures. She passed in 2013, and just how classy and how beautiful and how much I wanted to be like her. And now I look at women today, and I just think, man, I feel bad for guys.
Morals, dignity, self-respect, loyalty—they've all declined, and it's been replaced by bad attitudes from hoochie mamas and glorified prostitutes from OnlyFans. It's ridiculous. And check this out. This is a location called the Bop House. It's filled with OnlyFans girls. Some of them are still teenagers. There's only a small percentage of women making this kind of money. Most of you are going to go broke.
All right, how much did you make last month?
6 million.
All right, next person. That was underwhelming. I don't even. Aisha, how much did you make last month?
Like around 2.5 mil.
Do you feel poor yet?
Because I do.
How much did you make last month?
1 million.
All right, next person. Okay, how much did you make last month?
I just made 100K last month.
Yes! Okay. Jujubeen, how much did you make last month? 600. $600? Okay. Wow. Remember when we used
Because
to
of you!
I wouldn't be here without you.
Many women join OnlyFans thinking they're about to get rich quick, but not so fast. According to all studies, some girls may earn 6 figures or more, but the majority of users, over 95%, earn less than $200 a month. However, that one indiscreet decision will cost you a lifetime of disrespect, not only from men, but most employers don't want their company associated with pornography or any relation to OnlyFans. So good luck finding a career when your ambitions on pornography don't work out. You'll lose all your respect and you'll lose all your dignity. But hey, at least you made a little money, right?
Congratulations, you played yourself.
You should work on your character, your morals, and your spirit as you get older, because everyone knows that beauty fades. It's just a matter of time.
Listen, guys are going to tell you you're beautiful. You already know that.
Yeah.
So don't be wowed when they say you're beautiful, you're pretty, you look attractive. Know that you have other values to contribute. And if they don't see those other things, then okay, just they're friends, but don't buy into that type of game.
Don't let that be the most interesting thing about you. They assume that if you have a certain appearance, why would you even bother working on your education? If you've got one, you don't need the other. Well, you absolutely need the other, because it's the only thing that will exist forever. Your looks is the only depreciating asset you have.
Wow.
So why would you want to derive your value from it and your self-esteem from it? We know it's depreciating.
What happens when the looks start to fade in women who've only put their value in their physical appearance? What happens?
They end up with men who are equally shallow. If I'm just a pretty face, I'm going to end up with a man who only likes pretty faces. That man is so easily distracted with the next pretty face and the next 25-year-old. You're in a constant competition with people you can't compete with for the rest of your life. Similarly, if I was somebody who just sold sex, I'm going to find a man who's addicted to sex. And men that are addicted to sex will always want novelty. You'll never be enough. When you create your identity on something so fragile, you attract somebody who's also very fragile, and then you end up in a lonely cycle, unfortunately.
This next video shows one of the extremes Hoeflation is causing.
Hey, I'm at the point in my life now where I'm just gonna pay for the cat outright. Not gonna beat around the bush, fuck all that other shit. How much? And young dudes won't understand this, but you pay either way. CGA said it best. You pay with money, energy, attention, and time. Or if you're married, you pay with all four. That's why he says protect your meat. Money, energy, attention, and time. I've paid with time. That's actually the worst because you can't get that back. You can get money back, but you can't get your time back. Paying with time to get the cat, that's horrible. I've been married, I've been in long relationships. I'm not even at that point in my life where I'm looking for commitment and all that love and all that shit. You can keep it. I don't need companionship. I got plenty of shit to do. I have a very fun time in my life. I just need some cat every now and then. And from here on out, I'm just paying for it.
This next video shows the destruction of relationships and the evolution of men. Check it out.
A big reason why a lot of young men are single are because of dating apps. Specifically, the impact that dating apps have on men versus women and their mindset when it comes to dating. The reality is that women think of themselves way more highly than they actually are because of what is happening on dating apps. Before I say much more, I want to show you guys a video of a woman that is having like this aha moment on the impact that dating apps are having on both men and women.
Social media and online dating, how particularly horrible it is for all of us, as we all know and experience. But in fact, it is particularly bad for men. If you have 50 men on Tinder and 50 women on Tinder, 46 of the women will give all of their attention to 4 men. On Tinder, a man of average attractiveness has to swipe 200 times to get 1 swipe back for coffee. And if the coffee date happens, 4 out of 5 of those said coffees will ghost him. For the first time in 275 years, a man or woman at the age of 30 is not doing as well as their parents were at 30.
When you hear those numbers, I think that it makes you actually really understand the impact on the mentality of men and women when it comes to dating apps. Because the fact is that a lot of women that are like a 5, 6, 7, they truly think that they are a 10 because of social media and because of her experience on dating apps. It convinces her that she is an absolute dime. So what ends up happening is that she won't even look at men that are in her league, that are 5s and 6s, because she's become so delusional in her own superficial value that those men are invisible. She doesn't see them. But the guys that are 8s and above that she thinks are in her league, they do end up giving her attention because she's kind of an easy target to them. They just want her for her easy access to her body potentially and not to actually date. So she ends up wasting away her 20s because she has these crazy expectations under the belief that she's not going to settle. She deserves what she deserves because she thinks she's a 10. And in reality, she will reach her 30s and her biological clock is sounding the alarm so that she'll actually start seeing the men that are at her level. But the problem now is that those men are actually out of her league. They are above her league because a lot of those men have actually spent time improving their economic status because they focused on work and they focused on their success. And so now she's kind of screwed. Like, she has to really lower her expectations to end up in a relationship. What I've seen is that men go in 2 different directions once they hit their 30s and 40s. One group has focused on increasing their value and they decide that they want a wife, right? They find a younger woman that values stability and success of an older man. The other group of men, unrelated to if he's increased his value or not, these men have become so turned off from women's unrealistic expectations that they become okay with being single. Like, they actually find peace. They stop efforts into dating and instead they turn their efforts towards themselves, like whatever hobby that brings them joy, whatever work brings them purpose, they focus on that.
The last thing she spoke about is a term I call manflation. Men need to elevate and preserve themselves during this crucial time of hyperinflated egos and bad attitudes. This next video also shows the delusions women have and the options they think that are available to them.
Man, there's some new shit going on right now. Hoes showing their DMs, showing all that, like they scrolling through their DMs, showing all the hoes, showing all the niggas that's DMing them and shit. I'm like, bitch, 99% of them niggas just trying to clap cheeks. Them ain't real options, fool. 99% of them niggas is just trying to sell you a dream to clap cheeks, bro. You don't have them actual options. Them ain't actual dating husband options, fool. Them just niggas trying to bust you down. What the fuck are you talking about? You the goofiest bitch on planet Earth if you show a nigga your DMs and just all these niggas message you. You know what's the funniest part? 90% of them niggas in your DMs, you don't even want them for real. They're not even physically attractive to you. You wouldn't even give them the time of day. So you really just, that's just a lie. Most of them is a lie. And then even the niggas that you're not even physically attracted to, they only want you for sex. Nigga, I guarantee you, one out of them niggas in that DM is actually a dating candidate, and you better hope that nigga actually wants you after he meets you. You don't got as many options as you think, bitch. What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all bitches get on, that's what I'm saying, that's what they DMs be inflating hoes, egos and shit. Y'all don't really got it like that, bro. You don't got options like that, nigga. If you did, you wouldn't be a single ass bitch on the internet, on TikTok, posting that dumb ass shit.
If you're not married right now, this should be a time of great gain in your life. You should be in the gym, saving money, increasing your net worth, and building your future right now. Check out this last video of a guy going through his stage of manflation. It's pretty impressive.
Bro, I literally just figured out the cheat code. If you want to get bigger in the gym, if you want to save all your money, literally all you have to do is stay single, bro. Like, I know it sounds simple, but all my life, like, I always felt like I needed a chick. And then a couple months that I didn't have the chick, like the months that I didn't have a chick, bro, the amount of money I done saved, you wouldn't believe. The amount of size I put on in the gym, you would not believe, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, you literally cannot save in a relationship. You either paying all type of shit for them everywhere you go. Every time you go somewhere, you paying double. Every time you want to kick it, you paying for a bottle, you paying for gas, you paying for parking, you paying for a restaurant, you paying for this. Bro, when you stay single and put all that shit up, do you know how much money you save? Oh my God, like, for the women, it's just like, if you got a broke ass nigga or broke ass baby daddy, this nigga ain't got no motion, ain't making no money, and you can't save no money or do nothing for yourself because you got this broke nigga and you got to pay for everything. It's the same with every girl we talk to because we have to do every fucking thing. So, bro, if you want to save hella bands and get bigger, bro, my addiction is literally the gym and putting up money now. You ain't got to worry about no other chick. And I don't smoke no more because I ain't got to worry about a bitch stressing me out.
We're Dominus. We have a lot of content coming up that will create wealth and wisdom. So like this video, subscribe to this video, turn on notifications, and join our community.